What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing early 2000 2.2 and 2.4 GM Ecotec engines and their intermittent overheating issues. Intermittent meaning when you're stopped at a stoplight or stopped in traffic, the car will overheat. But when you start to drive, the temperature goes down. That means it's not getting the sufficient air that it should be getting in through the radiator. Now, this could be a radiator issue or it could be a fan issue. In my case, it's a fan issue. Before you start digging into anything, make sure you check all your fan fuses and all your fan relays to make sure that there's nothing blown and there's no problem. I have a 2006 Chevy HHR. Gesundheit that I'm having issues with. The trouble began midwinter this year, but it wasn't that much of a problem to me because it was colder out. I had the heat going. The heat helps keep the engine cool. Plus, the cold air going through the radiator kept everything nice and cool. But now that it's starting to get warmer, I'm noticing that I'm having that issue more and more. The warmer air going through the engine and not using the heat, the engine is starting to overheat a lot faster, and it's making me nervous. So I want to get this taken care of before I'm replacing a head gasket. That's a good idea as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to get started with gaining access to the plugs that connect to the fans. Your vehicle might be a little bit different. I'm not exactly sure about how accessible your vehicle's plug is, but mine is a little inaccessible. I'm going to start by taking my radiator and getting it released from the engine compartment to gain me a little access so I can get my meat mitts in there. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye. As you can see, or maybe you can't see, but the connection to the fan is all the way down at the bottom. And there's virtually no room to get my meat mitts down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off these clamps, these two clamps, and the hood latch, and see if I can tilt the radiator just a bit forward so I can get my hands back in there. Keep your fingers crossed for me, folks. Always, before you start working on any kind of wires or electrical, remove your battery terminal. It just so happens that mine's in the back of the car. You know, those high-performance sports cars. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you are doing this to an HHR, make sure you leave your hatch open, otherwise you're not going to be able to get back in. Ask me how I know. Open the door! Open the door! Alright, once you get that out of there, get it out of the way. This way you're not tripping over it. Take out these two mounts. This out of the way. I'm trying to take this hose off, but I think I'm going to have to in order to give myself the clearance. I think the hose is what's holding me here. Just in case. Get the clamp off, you want to break the seal around the outside of the neck here. You didn't get too much. Just enough to break balls, that's all. Also, I'm going to remove this one bolt holding the overfill bottle on. And just as I thought, it's the plug. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this side is melted. The side of the plug is melted. Alright guys, so basically what I just got from this whole situation, I just eliminated this cord. I mean, you could probably get another one of these plugs. But I just eliminated it. I mean, it fit. Everything fit well. It's really hard to see down there, but everything fit well. I plugged it back in. I'm going to put everything back together and try it. I mean, if this works, it was a cheap, easy fix. It cost me $0. About an hour's worth of work with recording. And I'm not going to blow my head gasket.
Maybe you weren't being over dramatic. Hot damn, dude.
That's a good deal. I'm going to connect everything that's needed to run the engine, and I'm going to run it and get it warm and see what happens. See if the fan goes on. If the fan goes on, we're good to go, player. One of the best features GM has is to put the coolant temp on the dashboard. It's not just a dummy light. You can actually see how hot and how cold it goes. And I already heard the fan go on. 118 degrees Fahrenheit, and I already heard the fan go on. There's something that hasn't happened in a few months. All right, well, it looks like it's working. I'm going to take this thing for a spin and we're going to check it out 100%. Before I do that though, I want to put back the mounts for the radiator. Alright guys, I got everything back together. Now off for a spin. It's been running pretty much since I started it.
No shit.
In the garage, and I'm just going to take it for a spin. It's at 176 so far. It's at 185 right now. 190 should be the max. Hey, so there you have it, folks. Took about an hour's worth of work. I got a couple of skin knuckles, but it saved you hundreds of dollars in repairs. I mean, what is it now? Over $100 an hour for labor at a repair shop? Probably even more at a dealership. And basically, it cost absolutely nothing. I don't know why they have that little jumper in there, but on my application, it's not needed. So if you do want to replace the jumper itself, do as you like. I mean, it's probably not that expensive. If this video was helpful, I would appreciate a like. Maybe consider subscribing, because there's going to be plenty more content in the future. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at a.patriotstouch. TikTok is a Patriot's Touch. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on a Patriot's Touch. Have a nice day. Car will overheat. The car will overheat. The car will start to overheat. Today we're going to talk about Today we're going to be talking about early 2000s GM. Way. Come on, you fucking extension. Fuck you. I got a couple of busted knuckles. I got a couple of skin knuckles, but